Well, good morning, everyone. I will go over the homework problems you had, the 4 homework problems, because you won't get a chance to ask questions on this, although after reviewing the video, if you wish to ask questions and join my WebEx between 2:30, 2:45, and 3:30 and ask questions, that you certainly can. I did have a question, or not a question, but a student had a question on these problems, and he asked me if when you graph the inequalities, if you could easily see where the lines intersect, do you actually have to solve a system of equations? And I would say no, but I would say yes. If you can clearly see them, but I can tell you from experience that two things happen. One is that when students actually go to graph the line, sometimes they don't graph them correctly, even though they may graph using the correct x and y intercept, and they do the right rise over run. When they go to draw the line, they don't draw it precisely. And so it may go off the grid lines or whatever. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is that maybe they draw y is equal to mxb incorrectly. So I suggest it's always a good idea to do as I taught you in class, and that is to figure out what two lines are being intersected, and then to write a system of equations and verify. Not that you have to, but the test is your grade, and it's 80% of your grade, and so I think it's just important to at least verify your work. When I first started solving a system of equations, I did show you how to verify your work. I don't know, it's, as a student, you want to verify your work. Your test accounts for so much of your grade, so I would, but not that you have to, but I certainly would. In any case, here, let me go over the problems here. So number 2, when you graph the system of inequalities, you got that feasible region, and then the corner point was 0, 0, 0, 3, 1, 6, and 7, 0. So here, if you graph things correctly, okay, it's easy to see the corner points, 0, 0, 0, 3, 1, 6, and 7, 0. But again, I would verify writing a system of inequalities. Or writing a system of equations and then verifying it. So like for this point there, I know that's the intersection of two lines. Y is equal to 3x plus 3 and y is equal to negative x plus 7. And then when I solve for that system of equations, again, that's the easiest system of equations to solve, because y is equal to one thing and y is equal to another, so you set them equal to each other and you solve. These are easy system of equations to solve, so why not? Why not verify your work? In any case, then you get x is 1 and y is 6. And then ditto down here, okay, well, that's the intersection of two lines, y is equal to 0 and y is equal to negative x plus 7. And again, you said y is equal to y and you solve, and you get x is equal to 7 and then y is equal to 0. All right, so again, you're not required to write a system of equations, but I would, because you can verify your work. I had a student many years ago, and I would always see her verify her work with everything, never missed a point on the test. So anyway, let me go on to number 5. Okay, so you had to use the corner points, and then maximize 10x plus 16y, given those corner points. So 10 times 0 is 0, plus 16 times 0 is 0. And then if you do the same thing for the other points, you get 48, 106, and 70. And the maximum occurred at the point 16. The value was 106. Number 2, again, so you see the corner points there. And you see the corner points, -2, -3, -2, 1, 1, 1, and then 2, -1. for that system of inequalities. Again, you have to graph them. So that was the system of inequalities I gave you. And then there they wanted you to maximize. They wanted you to maximize the objective function. And so again, you substitute in the corner points into the objective function, and the value you get is 3.9. Okay, and number 9 went like this here. So again, that's a system of inequalities. All right, and the corner points are 0, 0, 0, 5, 3, 8, and 1, 0. And then they wanted you to maximize, the objective function. So you'll substitute in the corner points into the objective function, and negative 21 times 0 plus 11 times 0 is equal to 0. And I did that for the other points, and you get 55 as a max. And then let's see here, number 10, the corner points were negative 3.5 and 0. And again, here, so this is what I mean. So even if you drew everything correctly, you may not see the corner point correctly. So I mean, notice here I have a fraction or a decimal. Okay, so all I know is that's the intersection of two lines. That's the intersection of the line y is equal to 0. And that's the intersection of the line y is equal to negative 2x minus 7. And remember, yesterday I told you in class, you should always write your equations on your lines so that when you go to find the intersection, you know which lines you're using. Okay, and so, well, that's the intersection of those two lines. And so then when I solve for x, I get x is equal to negative 3.5, and I know y is 0. And then the other corner points, let's see here that, okay, so again, so that's negative 8 and 9. But again, notice I did solve for that. That's the intersection of the line y is equal to 9. And then y is equal to negative 2x minus 7. Set y equals to y. You get 9 equals negative 2x minus 7. Divided by negative 2, you get x is negative 8, and so y is 9. And y is 9. All right, and then you see the other corner points. Now there they wanted you to minimize the objective function, the smallest value, and let's see here. And so the smallest value you get is negative 36 at the point 0.9. So you will have problems like this on your tests. Unfortunately, you won't be in class. At least, again, this is a problem with the A and B schedule. So A students will not have been in class to ask questions on it because they test Monday. But then B students, I mean, they test Tuesdays, but they'll have an opportunity to ask questions so on that Monday. If they, yeah. All right, although there won't be a WebEx, a class WebEx, although again, B students can ask questions in the afternoon between the hours of 2:45 and 3. You know, again, this is kind of crazy. That's the problem with the AB schedule. Anyway, if you do have questions, although you can ask questions tonight or this afternoon too, so everybody can do that. So, and I always ask questions. And again, should you write a system of equations to verify the intersection? Okay, it doesn't hurt. It helps you because I've seen students make mistakes in drawing the lines. I mean, I have. So, but all right.